everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video is different. I'm gonna be sharing to you guys our birthing story, pretty much from how it happened to when I gave birth to this little guy. So yeah, we'll have both point of views, mine and his.
Yeah, well, we're gonna talk about the birthing story, a couple hours coming up to the event and the days that follow.
Yeah,
Right?
pretty much. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in this video, just keep on watching. Alright guys, let's get right into today's video. So what do you got? What do you want to start off with?
Well, we'll start off with how we felt the days coming, and actually, it's actually a very big surprise on how he came about.
Yeah.
So we should start about the day before it, the day of, and basically we'll just continue from there.
Yeah, so pretty much I wasn't on maternity leave yet, and literally about week 36 that was about to happen, we were like, okay, it's time to clean the house and get ready for the baby and all that stuff. And we were prepared, like we had the lawn to do and a bunch of stuff like that, right?
Yeah, the plan was to get a lot of things done before he was born, because we knew you kind of have an idea of what is coming, but you don't actually know what it is.
Yeah.
Like we didn't expect what it was.
Yeah.
Like it's been like 6 weeks already, so it's been a while, but we're the type of people who like to be prepared at the best that we could, but nothing prepares you for this.
So okay,
So like the week before, we had all these appointments already, like all the ultrasounds, and because Charlie was breech, so the doctors were suggesting a what's it called?
ECV?
ECV or something? Yeah, basically it's just a procedure where they try to turn the baby to point them head down, and they do a lot of monitoring while they do it to see if they can actually perform the procedure, I guess.
Yeah, so it was Wednesday when we had this appointment, and the doctor gave me options because I was mentally prepared to do a C-section already, because I was scared that even with the ECV, that I will have an emergency C-section anyway. So I kind of mentally prepared myself to have this C-section. And she also gave me options,
Yeah, maybe we should talk more about what the ECV was.
Yeah.
Because it was the consultation was on Wednesday, and then by Monday we were supposed to make the decision to do the procedure or not.
Yeah.
And the risks that they were talking about is that while they do the procedure to turn the baby, they will have to monitor the baby's condition, like his heart.
His heart rate.
Because obviously, if you're trying to turn a baby in the womb, he'll start panicking, and he might get like
distress and all
you get
that
distress,
stuff.
and then you have to perform a C-section anyways, because he has to come out, or else
Yeah.
he might, I guess, die inside.
Yeah, so
That's all we can say. So we were in that thought those days. We're just thinking, should we do it? Should we not? But if we don't do it, it has to be a C-section. If we do it and it works, then fine, it's a vaginal birth. If we do it and it doesn't work, it's a C-section. So either way, it seems like it was going to be a C-section.
yeah, and it's 50% chance of it working, and you also have a risk of him flipping back to be in breech position once you hit labor.
Yeah, I heard the procedure is not a one-time thing. Like they could do multiple time. Maybe they will try another day or something. They just keep trying until the baby turns his head, and at the end of it, he can probably just turn back on his own.
Exactly. So I was contemplating. I kept asking him, like, I don't know, what should we do? I was so like nervous, because either way, that means he would be preterm, like at week 36, because they would want to do this procedure right away. So I was still a bit scared. I wanted to reach week 37, But yeah, anyways, the doctor wanted to call me to follow up, but she said she was busy. But so this is what happened on Friday. So on Friday, I did my usual sleep routine, and I was in bed by, usually I've been sleeping early, so
On
by
Thursday.
on Thursday, correct. Thursday I was pretty much did all my routine, went to bed at, I would say 10, 11-ish, and at 4 a.m. I had a huge gush of water just popped out, and I woke up like, holy shit, baby, what happened? I'm leaking. Did I just
Yeah,
pee myself?
I was like, what? What's going on? What? I have no idea what the hell was
Yeah,
going on.
I was like, babe, I'm wet. And then I stood up, and then he was like, whoa, it's a huge gush on the floor. So he went to get the mop and everything, and he cleaned up my mess. I went to the bathroom, and I peed again. I was like, babe, this is weird. Like, is this
You
water?
like clean up
break?
all the mess. You forgot all the blankets, the
Yeah, the
covers,
blanket.
your weird sea thing that
Yeah,
you sleep on. All the things have to be cleaned and clean.
Yeah, the pregnancy pillow had to
Yeah.
be clean. Like, yeah, but it was clear, right?
Yeah, so we were like, is
Yeah.
this pee or did your water break? My first reaction was like, whoa, did her water break?
Yeah.
But then after that, I was like, whoa, no, maybe she peed herself because, small bladder, pregnant woman.
Exactly.
Maybe she peed herself.
Exactly.
And then we couldn't tell though because there was no smell. It was clear. But then as she said, she went to the bathroom and she peed again. So I was like, no, that's not possible.
Yeah, it's
not
not
possible.
possible.
Like I know her. She has a small bladder. She can't pee twice that amount. It's impossible. So we're like, maybe her water broke. So we decided to call the nurse at our.
But
our
we did
hospital.
compensate it. We went back to bed, and I was like, I don't know, is this it? So I started Googling, how it smells, like he said, and I was like, I don't see anything. Like, this is not what it is. So we waited off for around 30 minutes, and then I was like, okay, I'm nervous. I told him to go get the number to call the birthing center, and then I called them up, and I was like, hey, I don't know if my water broke or not, and what do I do? Do I go in or not? And then they told me to take a new pad and wear it and wait an hour to see if it's fully wet. If it is, come in. So I went ahead and did that. It was already like an hour past, so it was like 5:30. So by that time, I went to the washroom. I was like, oh shit. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Feeding time.
Feeding time soon, probably. But yeah, anyways, by that time it was already 5:30, and I looked at my pad. I was like, oh shit, it is filled up. So I was like, okay, let's get ready to go to the hospital. I was chill, I was calm, because when your water break, you can still wait around 12 hours. They say, roughly, right?
No, you start going to labor. Your cervix starts dilating.
Yeah. So
when
if
your
it,
water breaks.
yeah,
And we weren't sure if the water broke.
yeah, exactly.
Because it depends where the membrane ruptures. If it ruptures somewhere on the top, then it's like a slow leak. If it ruptures on the bottom, then it just explodes out.
Yeah.
And like we know that the water is what protects the baby.
So
Keeps
at
it
the
warm.
beginning, I was just like, okay, let's just go. And then we started packing. Thank God I already packed our hospital bag and everything. So we were just getting ready to go. I even put on makeup and everything. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
some
So
time.
yeah. So
Some
we're
time.
like, no, it can't be happening. No way. So she took her time to put on makeup. I was like, oh, we might be coming back, but anyway, let's pack our bags, bring everything, get ready to go to the hospital. I even like went to McDonald's to get breakfast. And I was like,
Yeah.
Whatever, I'm hungry. Let's
Yeah.
get breakfast before we go to the hospital.
All right, so we're about to leave to go to the hospital now, and when we about to leave, I started to feel some contraction. I was like, babe, I don't feel so well. It's starting to be very tight, and it's more lower. Usually throughout my whole pregnancy, I had contraction on the top, and this time was the bottom. So I was like, babe, I think it might be happening. So we started to like have a little bit of panic, but not too much. And he also, ordered some McDonald's on the way. So he said he was hungry, and I was like, okay, let's just. At the beginning, I was like, yeah, I want some too. But then I was like, no, I don't think I can eat with this pain. So on the way, when we left, pretty much 30 minutes before we reached the hospital, I started getting even major contraction. It was every like 2 minutes, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was increasing while we were driving.
Yeah, it was 5 minutes every 5 minutes, and like 5 minutes is very long when you're like on the road.
Yeah, I was like, babe, you're having contractions. We should be timing it to see if the
Yeah.
intervals are getting shorter or not. And that's when I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
this is happening.
Yeah, and then it started getting worse. I was like, holy shit, this hurts so much. I was like squeezing his hand.
Yeah, so we went in per COVID procedures. We had to wash our hands, both of us, and then we had to tell them where we're going. And we're like, her water broke. Where should we go? And then the person at admission was like, oh, fourth floor, birthing center, and they'll check you in.
Yeah.
So we were, well, she wanted to walk there. I was like, you sure? You should take the wheelchair, you know? Like, maybe you're having contraction. So she tried to walk a bit, and then she's like,
No.
can't walk. I was like, okay, grab a wheelchair. So we took the wheelchair, and then we were on our way to admission on the fourth floor.
Yeah. So once I got there, I was like, oh, here's my paperwork. They asked for my, Medicare and all that stuff. And then afterwards, the nurse was so chill.
No, the nurse at the station, she was like, oh, hey guys, how can I help you?
True.
And they were like, oh, her water broke. Not sure if.
But she also remembered me on the phone. She's like, are you the one that called? I was like, yes, that was me. And yeah, I'm having contractions as well. I described my, symptoms. And then she was really chill.
Yeah.
She was like...
Chill like a pickle. Like they do this for the life. That's the job, right? So they're doing that all the time. So it's like they're very relaxed and everything. So okay, can I have your hospital card?
Mm-hmm.
And then she took the hospital card and she started like slowly. You know how they are, like slowly doing their
and
thing.
me on the wheelchair, I'm like, this hurts.
Yeah, we're like, what the hell, man? My wife is hurting. Why don't you doing anything? Like for them, it's like
chill.
everyday work,
But
daily
then
stuff.
I was like, by the way, I'm breached. And then when I said that, you should have saw her eyes. She was like, what? And then
yeah, she was like, whoa, what?
What? Are you
He's
serious?
breached? You serious? And then she went on like overdrive mode.
Yeah.
And well, at that point, I was supposed to go and well, actually no. At that point, what were we doing? Oh yeah, she checked her in immediately.
Yeah.
So they went in like again COVID rules. She got to go inside to the I guess examination room, and I
Yeah.
had to wait in the waiting room.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened after. I let her.
Yeah,
continue
so
the story.
afterwards when she was like, what the hell kind of thing, she was like, okay, we gotta go check you right now on the odds to make sure that he is breached. So they rolled me in. This is literally like 10 seconds after I told her I was breached. It was like quick. They pulled me in. I was in so much pain. They attached all the equipments for the ultrasound to
Let's
check.
just give them a smaller reference. This is like 3 hours after your water breaking.
Yeah, this is like 3 hours after. So I was carried in, and then they checked out. So it's like, yes, they confirmed that I was breached. Then I had 2 other doctors come in to check how dilated I was. And it was so painful. I think, okay, the first 2 doctors, stuck their finger up my vagina to check how dilated I am. And then they're like, holy shit, I feel his butt. I was like, what? And the other doctor was like, okay, let me check. And then the other one came in and also did the same. They're like, yeah, I think so. So then another doctor came in.
It's like they never felt the baby butt before.
Yeah, and then another doctor came in. He wasn't really, because the other 2 doctor was already like about to, go do other things. And then the third one came in as well, and he also checked me too. So to be honest, guys, it was really painful. Okay, 3 doctors stuck their finger up me, and they were like twiddling in there, and they're like, yes, confirm, we feel his butt. So I was like, okay. I was already in pain. I couldn't even talk or say anything. So after that, they added the IV needle into my vein. Yo, that hurt so much. It started burning, and I was like, whoa, what the hell? This is the first time I felt like a needle, like very painful. So that's what that happened. And what else? They took off my earrings as well. A few of them that I couldn't take off, they taped it up. And right after that, I got a COVID test as well. So they're like, look up, I know you're getting like harassed right now. And I was like, yeah. And they did that. And afterwards, they rolled me into the, I guess, operating room. And I was like shivering. I was so cold. I felt like contraction, shivering, and everything at the same time. And I kept saying, what's going on? Everything's going so fast. And she's like, don't worry. I was like, where's my husband? Is he gonna be here in the room? And he's like, don't worry, we're gonna go get him now. So there I am, just laying on the bed, and the doctor was like, okay, we're gonna give you a spinal block. And I was like, just do whatever you have to do, because I was like in pain. They're like, everything's gonna be okay. And he also mentioned, we're happy that you came in time, because if we were any later, I would have to give natural birth breached. And I was 7 centimeter dilated as we got into the hospital. So I was like,
And she
holy
put on
shit.
makeup, and I went to get the McDonald's.
Yeah, so imagine that we took our time. So I was like, oh my god. So he's like, we're very glad. So then, yeah, I was waiting for my husband. So what happened downstairs?
Yeah, I was in the waiting room while she was doing all that stuff, and I was just sitting on the couch on my phone and just waiting. I was like, huh. He could be coming today, or he could not be. Like I don't know. I still don't know. At that point, I have no idea what was going on. And now suddenly, the nurse at admission came to me with this piece of paper, and she was talking really fast. She was like, your wife is 7 centimeters dilated. She's going to labor like now, so you have to go downstairs and do this admission stuff. You have to go pay for your room and stuff. And then I was like, oh shit, what the fuck is going on? And at that moment, I was like, oh crap, it's happening. And I was like, so I was like, at that time, I had to go back downstairs. So go back to the first floor and then go into registration. So we had to go through all the procedure of the admission to like say that we're in the hospital and we're gonna be in the room for a while. So the people there were very like, as usual, relaxed and chill. I was just standing there with all the paperwork given to the guy, and the guy was like, oh, why are you standing there? Take a seat. This is going to take a while. I was like, but my wife is in labor and we're having kids. It's okay, just sit down, take your time. And he was filling in the paperwork. He was like, oh, you Asian? You Vietnamese? I was like, no, my wife is Vietnamese. I'm Chinese. And anyways, we were having a casual talk and stuff. He was taking his his time doing all the paperwork and stuff. And then while I was doing that, I see like this nurse like walking around. I was like, oh, what the fuck? What is this guy looking for? Maybe he's looking for me. I don't know. At that point, so it's like after like 5 minutes, he finishes the paperwork that took like I think like 15 minutes to do. I don't know, it was really long paperwork. And then as I was at the place to pay for a room, the nurse came to me and was like, are you Mrs. Lamb's husband? I was like, yeah. Okay, come with me right away. Let's go. We have to go. Your wife is giving birth. We have to go now. So I was like, oh, okay, let's go. So like we went up together, and then we went to we were really fast. We were pacing. We were walking really fast. We were speed walking, and he was explaining me, oh, you have to wear this hat, wear this clothes. So I have to like put everything, all the gown, on top of me, I guess, for the surgery room. And then I was sitting on a small little stool, and I was waiting for them to let me in to the surgery room. And I was just sitting there. I was like, oh shit, like this is happening. In my mind, I was still in disbelief because like 3 hours ago I was like, man, like whatever, let me get my McDonald's, I'm hungry, I got things to do. At that point I was like, oh shit, it's happening, so yeah. I went to actually no, I just sat there and we waited, and then the nurse came and was like, are you the husband? I was like, yeah. So he's like, come on in, quickly, come on in, take a seat, we'll have to do the procedure like right away. So by the time I walked in, like you can see from the pictures, we'll put some pictures up. So by the time I walked in around, I saw Annie laying there, and I guess she saw me too. I guess she got like, she started crying, and she was happy that I was there. So I went around the nurse or the doctor, anyway, she's like, oh, sit here. As I was sitting down and comforting her, I heard the doctor go like, oh, and he's out, this is a baby boy. And then she started crying. I was like, what the hell? I just sat down. Like it was so quick.
Fun.
It was like insanely quick.
I didn't feel anything from the cut or anything. I was literally numb. I can feel them wiggle my leg to like spread it open kind of thing, I was like, what is going on? So I was talking to him and was like, hey, everything's happening so fast, what's going on? And then all we hear is the cry, and we're like, holy shit, he's here.
No, the doctor was like, and he's out.
Yeah. I think he also was like, whoa, he's a big boy.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Anyways, but he wasn't. He came out as 5.6 pounds. And the doctor also asked if you want to cut the cord, right?
Oh, yeah. She was like, oh, do you want to cut the cord? I was like, no.
Yeah, because he can't see blood.
Like, no. No thanks. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so... Yeah, and then he was born, and it was all history after that.
Yeah, so they did the little inspection, and they checked the baby if everything's good and stuff, and then they put him down, they swaddled him up, and then the nurse was like, oh, you want to go and pick up your son? I was like, whoa, my son. Whoa, first time doing that. Pick up? I was like, what? Pick up my son already? I was like, I never picked up a baby before, so my son is actually the first baby I ever picked up, and I had to like go and grab him, and in the corner of my eye, I see the surgery, and like blood everywhere, and they were like still like stitching her up because they have like multiple stuff to stitch, and I was like, whoa, I'm holding the kid.
Damn.
And I was like holding him, and then he had like one eye open. He was just like,
yeah, it was so
Papa.
cute.
You know, like one eye stuck open.
Yeah.
And then at that point, we were both looking at the kid, and I was like, that's our son.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the nurse took a picture, like this picture here that you can see. That's us. That's the first time. Like you can see my face. I was like, yes, wow.
So that picture out, as you can see, it'll be the thumbnail of this video. But yeah, we'll insert another video clip of when I held him on the freaking table thing, right? Oh no, I was already inside. I don't remember when I hold him now. I don't think
after. I had to go out, and then they had to finish up the procedure with you, and I was waiting for you in the recovery room.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I texted my boss. I was like, oh, I am officially on paternity leave. My kid is born.
Yeah, so it was very unexpected. I did not expect it that he would come out week 36 on the spot, or on the day of week 36. And it's funny because the day after, my doctor called to be like, hey, do you still want to do that ECV? I was like, what? No, we just gave birth yesterday. And she's like, oh, you're the one. Because they have many, last names similar to different patients. So she thought it wasn't me because we just seen each other like on Wednesday. So it was hilarious. She was like, oh my God, it's you. I was like, yes, it's me. We just gave birth. It just happened. My water broke and all that stuff. So she was really happy. And yeah, pretty much that's our whole birthing story. It was very quick. I feel quite relieved that I didn't have to go through, the 30-hour labor kind of thing.
Yeah, so in summary,
yeah,
she got like the
easy route
birth
out.
part of it. Like she had probably contractions for at most 2 hours and a half.
I would say 45 minutes.
45 minutes. There you
Yeah.
go. There you go. Who's jealous now?
Yeah.
45 minutes of contraction, of labor actually.
So it was the worst pain, like 45 minutes. Well, more at the end, but I feel happy that I don't have to deal with like 30
Imagine the
hours.
people.
Yeah,
Imagine
I
people have to
feel
go
so-
like 24 hours in
Yeah.
labor, and then they still don't come out.
Yeah, and then they get induced and all that stuff. Anyways, I was crazy 7 centimeter dilated already, so I know that 10 is like the maximum, and 7 is already at the reaching limit.
Yeah, it was coming out.
Yeah, he was coming out. So yeah, it's pretty exciting, and I healed up pretty well. I was happy I was able to walk like the first day. I was able to poop and pee at the same day too. So the stool softener helps. So definitely take that, guys, if you guys need to poo. But overall it was pretty good. So I'm gonna insert another video. I filmed the little hospital tour in our private room just to give you guys an idea of how it looked like.
There's a lot of pictures,
Yeah.
which you guys should have been seeing by now in the video because we just put the pictures
Yeah.
on top of it while we were talking.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed our birthing story. I enjoyed sharing it with you guys. So if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to leave us a comment below. And I'll see you guys in our next video.
Bye!
Oh, where is Annie? She went to go get a chart. Okay, I'm here. She asked me.
Who's making that noise? You?
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. I just wanted to get it out. I like your hat. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I like it. It's double. Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be told. I do not like to turn it because it's too hot and I feel it. Yeah. Like.